Chris,
Hey,
I've been thinking. We keep talking about going and getting land. Wouldn't it be easier if we just got an existing building?
it's a great idea. Do you mean like that one right there?
Well, I'm not really joking with that question. And I'm not the first person to ask it. That's actually a question we get and the other pastors get pretty frequently. Why not an existing building? And my normal answer to that is we are open to that idea, but so far that idea over 3 years now has been closed off to us. Right? There just hasn't been any realistic opportunities. Tell us a little bit about why that might be, Chris. Well, why has that idea been closed off to us?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things to consider when you're looking at an existing building. First of all, it's somebody else's floor plan. So the bones may not work for a church.
Right.
Parking. If you're looking at an existing building, you'd have to make sure that we have a large church. Everybody's going to need to park somewhere. Yep. And then the cost. So it's the cost to acquire the building, but because it's not an existing church, we have to renovate it to make it church.
Right.
So sometimes the cost to purchase it and to renovate it don't actually save us money from building something ground up.
Right. For instance, we're standing in front of the building that is for sale, has been for sale, right across the street from our offices. They're just over there. We looked at this building, we started doing some math, realizing this would add up really quickly. And even if we did renovate this space, it would be an awkward layout for church. And so if it's like, this isn't even cheaper than hopefully building a building, why would we do it if then we're going to be stuck with something that's just inherently awkward?
Right.
So that's something. Another reason is availability. Kind of a lot of where our church is coming from is the new developing part of Meridian. So there's not just empty boxes sitting waiting for somebody to come take it. Some of the options we've seen we're not really interested in because of what we talked about last time. It does not fit in kind of the area where our church is coming from. So that's some of the reasons why it's been closed off to us. What are some of the positives, though? I mean, we say we're open to this idea. Why are we open to this idea?
Well, I think the very first obvious one is it's an existing building.
Right.
Timing.
Yes.
I mean, we would be able to get in much faster than ground up construction.
Even with renovations, that's quicker than building a whole new building.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's probably the biggest one. It's also potentially cheaper in the long run. I mean, buying a building and renovating it, if it's the right space, could actually save us money.
Right.
If there's, for example, an open space that was a conference room that we can make an auditorium, that's a lot less work to do.
Right, and it depends on the building. Some buildings could be a lot simpler to turn into a church than others.
Right.
But like we've said, those kind of opportunities you're talking about, we've yet to come across one of those.
Right.
So keep praying that God would open up the right door at the right time for us. And remember why we're doing all this. It's not so we can have a nicer spot to come together. It's so we can have a place to more fully utilize for the sake of making disciples. That's what it's all about. So keep praying to that end, and we'll catch you next time with our next Taking Ground update.